So I was saying the very most important trading in the very start is
Hmm.
to not lose a lot of money in the initial.
Yes, right.
So that being said, when you don't lose a lot of money in the initial, um, you don't have that trauma of losing money and then losing confidence as well. Because
Right.
माझा क्या झाला होता कि when I started trading and then I lost money and then I was always afraid to execute a trade. Like I can tell you right now that okay, fine, you know what, this is a good setup. This is coming from the higher time frame. Like I could be like, okay,
Okay.
fine, you know what, this, even though it is somewhat bullish, somewhat bearish on the higher
Hmm.
time frame, because daily pay there is no proper structure. Somewhere it
Structure,
is
right.
like bearish and here it is being bullish. But when you go on the lower time frame, like 4 hour, you will be like, okay, this
Yeah.
started over here and then ended over there. And then again, when
Yes.
it broke the structure over here, again it broke the internal structure over there. And
Yes.
maybe it
Hmm.
wants to maybe just go here and maybe then drop. So you knowing
Okay.
that 1 hour pay, when you see this accumulation right here, so
Yes.
in this accumulation, he'll be like, this was a proper sort of
Low,
like a
low,
bearish
low.
trend, and this was
Bearish
a low,
trend.
and
Yeah.
then this got broken. So you can obviously matlab take this setup, but at the same time, if it doesn't test here and then it
Yes.
breaks up, then maybe you can find re-entries and still carry forward. So that is something which which is important now to understand how the market
Got
works.
it.
And when you don't lose a lot of money in the initial phase of trading, you obviously
Hmm.
don't have that fear of execution wala trauma, that what if I
Right.
be wrong? There is no mind games being played. You will obviously lose money. No trader has been profitable unless he's lost money and fallen into a very
Right.
bad situations in the very first years at least. Like the trading wala graph starts like this. Like you will be very excited here and
Right.
you will start and you will get money here and stuff, and then you will face this. So this is the point where you started, and then maybe this is a
Hmm.
baseline in terms of maybe um, happiness. This is the graph of maybe
Yeah.
happiness, and this is the graph of maybe sadness. So you will face something like this. You'll be here in a span of like 6 months. Everyone, me, you, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, anyone who starts trading, whether he being the smartest person on the planet, he's going to be in this normal baseline. Then he's going to be excited and stuff, and then he's obviously also going to make money in this span, and that's the reason why he also gets more greedy in his mind, and then he faces this, uh, you know, the highest point, this line, and then
Yeah.
his learning curve actually starts over here. This is the point of reality where he will be like, okay, we have to learn. And slowly, slowly, he'll gather information. Slowly, slowly, he'll learn. Again, make new laws in terms of his learning. Again, try to get there. Again, fall down. Again, try to get there. Again, fall down. And then slowly, slowly starts accepting that, okay, this is not how I actually thought about trading. This is a very practical sport and not a get quick rich scheme. And then
Risky.
he starts learning about trading, like learning. And then after a point when he's learned everything, so he has the theory, he has practical, but he cannot trade. So a lot
Right.
of traders can be a good trainers, they can teach every concept, but at the same time they cannot trade. So this is the point where you get actually better at analysis.
Right.
Okay, this is the point where you actually get better at analysis, and then slowly slowly you accept the reality and you think that okay, fine, you know what,
Hmm.
it's going to take time.
Yeah.
And when you accept that, then that's where also you start making new curves, and then again you might take a hit, because this is a point where you will feel like you know what, you know everything, and then you'll act
Yeah.
cocky and stuff. You'll be overconfident at this point. The market will humble you down again, and then you'll come in again at the baseline. And again you'll be like, okay, fine, and again you'll make mistakes. And maybe
Right.
this is maybe like the 6 months span of time. This is like a year of span of time. This is maybe like
Yeah.
1.5, maybe this is like two
Hmm.
years time, maybe this is 2.5, and maybe this is where you actually get better at trading after 3-ish years. And then so then gradually your graph will look like this.
Got it.
This is how actually trading works. It's never like this one straight line. It's always like this. So once you
Right.
understand that this is a field where it is not about the most amount of education that you have, but it is just about maybe the guts you have and the confidence you have and the belief system you have in yourself. And life is just not going to be revolving around trading. You have to obviously live your life and do the necessary needed tasks as well. And you might be a very good trader, but what if you fall into situations where your mental peace is hampered? So your obviously your creativity also gets hampered. So let's say you're doing good in trading, you're here, but here comes a situation where you're actually, so this is your trading curve, but maybe what if this is your life curve? So this is maybe your trading and this is maybe your life. I mean, obviously, if trading goes like this, life won't be this drastic. But what if there are external factors which are hampering your state of mind here? But in actually trading, you're doing good. So financially, you're good. But what if your personal life is fucked up? So this point maybe it hits over here. Also, at the same time, this will be the point where you will also take hits in your trading. So you have to be a very balanced personality in your personal too, and also at the same time in your trading too. And also at the same time, once a trader gets good at trading, he comes to a state of mind where he understands a lot of stuff about himself as well. So in the very start, when he was not a profitable trader, just started out trading, maybe his mind was just communicating very normally. But once you have mastered the art of trading, so you will be very aware and very conscious, and you will just understand yourself very better. So just because of trading, you will also tend to take better decisions at life too, because you will always in the back of your head calculate every risk possible in your life. So if you get better at trading, you also get better at your personal life too. So it's just like that.
Got
And
it.
it's like the best field for someone who is just like introvert, who doesn't like to meet people and just do his business on the side, and then eventually when he grows then he becomes an extrovert because everyone also respects him.
Yes, that's right.
So that's like this is how it pretty much works. And being realistic about expectations is the best thing which you can do. I mean, you can take this trade right now and then till Tuesday maybe your take profit
Mm,
gets hit. So you just I mean, if you risk like 2% over here, right? And
mm,
if you take a challenge where you just have to make 8%, so you will
right.
almost complete your, so here only you'll make 5%, so just 3% is
Yes.
remaining.
Mm,
So in trading, always remember that the when you start an account is the time, is the only point where you will understand that are you going to sustain this account or blow it. So let's say this is the time and this is
mm,
performance. So if let's say you're starting over here where the balance is zero, okay.
mm,
So if the balance is zero, this is negative and this is positive. So
mm,
if you start in the initial with negative, your mind will always be in a form of recovery. Like, okay, let me get back to break even. So just because your mind
yes.
is in recovery, you'll always take losses because you will force something. So in the
Mm,
initial is the time where you only have to focus on very good setups like these. I mean, this setup is a
mm,
good setup because even if this fails, then I'd be the same person.
mm,
I'll be like, okay, fine, it was a good trade. Anyways, I won't feel a regret in my mind.
right.
So in the very start, when you're starting out where the balance is zero, you have to maybe risk less just to get positive, and then that
Mm,
positive number can be used as a risk to grow your account. Because see, this is this point where you're neutral. This is despair, and this is uh, I mean
mm,
satisfaction, and maybe here is overwhelming. Like you
mm,
just don't know how to feel over here when you're making too much. So even when you are making too much in trading, just because you're delusional, because you obviously will feel like whatever I do it happens. Like this has been me, and I've suffered this too. Like all of my analysis were playing out so well, all of my trades are doing good, then I'm feeling like okay, मैं जो भी trade लूंगा मेरे हिसाब से जाएगा. And that is the point where I've always been good with risk management, so I never took like sudden big losses. But if
Mm.
my graph is like this, then if this is a point, if I'm hitting in my mind, when I'm feeling that overconfidence, I'll obviously matlab take couple of hits and then again make my way up. So this point and this point is still a higher high. This was a previous higher high in my mind, and this is the new higher high. But in on this higher
Mm.
high, you're already better than the previous one because you have this experience, which is this. Because when you're in the downtime, you obviously learn a lot of things. You basically learn what not to do.
Mm.
They say that failure teaches you a lot. Failure, I mean, yeah, obviously it teaches you a lot, but winning teaches you more in my mind. Like when you're winning, you actually need to understand what should you not do in order for you to sustain winning.
Right.
So that is something which is important. So I hope this all makes sense, because see, technicals and everything are very easy. It's just the mental mastery which you need to achieve in order for you to know what not to do in trading. It is the best thing for knowing what what you should not do. See, I mean,
Right.
if you're in this range, right, and the
Mm.
price is very messed up, you need to understand that you should not trade in this range because you lose.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, once you understand that you should not be trading in all these market situations, it gets very easier for you to just sit on your hands maybe and just take trades when it is the right time and not be interested in trading all the time. Like look at this setup today. So simple, so easy setup,
Gold.
like a basic continuation. And if you remember, on Tuesday, I did expect the gold to
Mm.
reach this level when I was
Yes.
in buys over
Yes.
here, but obviously I got break even, but it still
Mm.
did good.
Breaking. Yes.
And now it is almost reached that level, and then it is going to break that.